Because up next, it is your Ragin Fighting Championship 5 co-main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's co-main event set for 3 5-minute rounds of professional middleweight mixed martial arts action. Introducing first, fighting out of the Chapman's AC and Heating blue corner, he is Duke the Nuke Sensley.
And here we have Duke Sensley making his way to the cage. 6'4", 30 years of age. 3 mixed martial arts pro fights under his belt. Went 6-2 as an amateur before turning pro back in May of 2022. On his very first fight against the man we just saw, Larry Bradford, with the first round armbar. His last outing was a rear naked choke loss to Clay Witt back in 2023. Excuse me. Since then, he's been fighting some bare knuckle fights, some kickboxing fights. He's on a pretty good tear there in 2024 and 2025 with his bare knuckle fights and kickboxing. There you see him. Duke Sensley, ready for action.
And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the Clawtoe Roofing and Construction red corner, he is Jason Street Shark Slaydon.
They call him the Street Shark. Jason Slaydon, 5'9", 36 years of age, 6 pro fights underneath his belt. This will be his 4th Ragin FC appearance. Coming into this fight on a 2-fight win streak. His last fight, a second round triangle choke over Pierre Gooch in December of last year. Has had 3 months off, and he is primed, he is ready to make his cage return here against the double tough Duke Sensley. Final touches for the Street Shark. See him, Jason Slaydon, ready for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event tonight of RFC 5 will be 3 5-minute rounds of professional middleweight mixed martial arts action. When this bout begins, the man in charge, Mr. Josh Lee. Introducing first, fighting out of the Chapman's AC and Heating blue corner. This man, a striker, representing NOLA MMA, standing at 6'4", weighing in at 188 pounds. From New Orleans, Louisiana, he is Duke the Nuke Sensley. And his opponent across the cage and fighting out of the Clawtoe Roofing and Construction red corner. This man, a wrestler, representing Performance Evolution Fight Team at 3 Brothers Jiu-Jitsu, sitting at 5'9", weighing in at 186 pounds. From Lake Charles, Louisiana, he is Jason Street Shark Slaydon.
Jason Slaydon, Duke Sensley. This middleweight, not a championship fight, this middleweight fight is officially underway. Man, look at the length of Sensley. 6'4" versus 5'9".
Jason's going to have to get inside.
Lands a solid leg kick there. See what he can do with that. Sensley answers back with a leg kick of his own.
There he goes.
Man, that length, though, gives him such a leverage advantage. Even though Slaydon was deep in on those legs, just that length of Sensley was able to just shuck him off. Big left hook there from Slaydon, though.
I'm looking for him to do a couple of combinations and then try to get a double leg.
Sensley switching stances. Let's see if he does what you requested there. Once again, trying to time that takedown. See if he can squeeze those knees together, but Sensley doing a good job of keeping his base wide.
Nice trip.
But Slaydon, the street shark, known for his wrestling, puts Sensley on his back. Sensley having a conversation with his coach right now. We just heard from Tim that Sensley just said, "I'm effing tired right now." That is not a good sign there, Kyle.
No.
Shoot, man, if I was Slaydon, I heard my opponent say that, I'd be picking up the intensity right now and making, see if I can overwhelm them, make them quit. They're talking to each other, Kyle.
I'd like to see Duke put his feet on the hips, try to create some space to get up. He's not doing anything with the guard.
And they still have a solid 2 minutes and change right now, Kyle. Referee Josh Lee giving a lot of leeway to Slaydon in this top close guard position. Not giving him any encouragement to advance position. I don't know if there's been like a new rule change of in the commissions where they don't do any more stand-ups.
At least he's staying busy. He's punching him in the ribs. But I see what you're saying. I'd like to see him stand up if he's not going to move forward any further.
Just a little bit over a minute left as we see the ground and pound work of Jason Slaydon. Some short, choppy shots right in the face of Duke Sensley. Sensley unable to get up. Solid elbow there from Slaydon. That's the best move I've seen him do from this top position all night, Kyle. I want to see more of that.
There he goes. He needs to create some space to get up.
I feel like I'm watching a Tito Ortiz fight from the year 2000. Ever see some blood? That elbow might have busted Sensley open there, Kyle. See there the frustration of Sensley's coach. Tell him he needs to get the F up. Sensley there with that underhook. That was what he needs to do. And man,
oh yeah,
a crimson mask on Sensley.
Those elbows were vicious.
Let's see what position that cut is on. I think it's on the somewhere on the hairline. They'll still let the fight continue if that's the case. I can't quite get a good shot of it from the angle that we're sitting at right now. Maybe we can get a shot of it from our camera. Pretty easy round to score there, Kyle.
Yep.
And I'm actually curious what happened to the stool for. Let's see, there's a shot right there. We can't quite see where the cut is. The doctor is working on the, I don't know if he's working on the eye or the temple at the moment. Oh, so yeah, right there at the hairline. They're going to let this fight go, likely. That woke Sensley up now. Man, they are throwing down here at Ragin Fighting Championship, Kyle.
Oh,
wow, that was I have never seen that before, Kyle. That was unique from Slaydon. Slaydon now joining top side control. And Sensley now needs to be careful reaching up like that.
You could do it. Be your best.
This is not going to go good for Sensley if he can't get up. His grappling is just not up to par with the Shark.
And man, Slaydon's in a great spot here. He's got Sensley's legs pretzeled with his knee wedged in between like that. And I don't think he's worried at all of a threat of a knee bar whatsoever. And he can just pick his shots wherever the heck he wants right now. I mean, Slaydon is in full control. And he has the time, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, if he does enough damage, he could turn this into a 10-8 round if he doesn't get the stoppage, if he picks it up a little bit. Sensley's coaches just hear the frustration in their voice. As I was saying earlier, Kyle, it's just this unique position here with this pretzel of the legs by Slaydon. He could easily shuffle to the right and go into side control position, but he's opting to keep him wedged. And there he is. He goes to the side control. Let's see what Slaydon does from here. Slaydon now just loading up those elbows, trapping that arm on the other side. And this is where if I was Slaydon's coach, I'd be screaming at him just to start teeing off. He's got that arm tied up on the opposite side. And I really feel that Slaydon, if he picked up the intensity, he could get himself a stoppage here.
Yeah, he has no answer to get up.
Once again, Sensley's forehead is just a crimson mask of blood.
That's what I was saying earlier. Put his feet on the hips and kick away. He's got that length. That's his only way he's going to get up.
Close guard here with just under a minute left.
There you go. Nope.
And they will stay in this position as long as Slaydon chooses to do so. Slaydon holding the position, and we have not heard any encouragement from the refs all night long on advancing position, and they have let long droughts of just inactivity go for a long time. Round 2 comes to a close. Coming up, third and final round. Sensley with the nip up.
Think that was a 10-8?
I know. If Slaydon had landed some more shots, maybe played a little bit more intensity, I really think he could have stopped the fight. And even if he did that and didn't, then I possibly would have considered a 10-8. But I don't think he had enough volume and duration for me to count that as a 10-8. Solid 10-9 though, but I think it was far from a 10-8. It could have been though. We'll see if Sensley has any answer for the wrestler, Jason Slaydon. It's pretty obvious at this point, Sensley needs a knockout if he plans to win this fight. Third and final round in this middleweight matchup. It's like a double leg kick. Lead uppercut there from Sensley. Does he have the power to stop Slaydon? Slaydon trying to time another takedown. Slaydon now backing Sensley up.
There it is.
Slaydon once again puts Sensley on his seat. We still got 3 minutes to go. Kind of a half-hearted Kimura attempt there from Sensley. Slaydon can just shrug that off as he does. Short choppy elbows from Slaydon, as it's looking like Unless something dramatic happens, Slaydon is cruising his way to a unanimous decision victory here. We still got halfway to go into this third and final round. We still have our main event coming up as Tyler Hill taking on Jordan Loren in the featherweight kickboxing main event. Sensley there for a brief moment had that underhook, and that's what he needed to get back up to his feet. Right now, he's kind of willing himself up, but Slaydon just sucked those hips right back out. Slaydon now has got those knees locked in. He's in that full, not a full mount, but a mount over the knees right now. If he starts to rain down some strikes, he could find himself with the potential to finish this fight. We are down to our last minute, Kyle.
I think Slaydon's going to be happy to just cruise through this win.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious at this point. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Slaydon's just going to just hold this position for the remaining 15 seconds of this fight. Pretty easy one to score.
Yeah. Pretty sure I know what Duke Sensley will be working on in the gym. Getting up.
Jason Slaydon and Duke Sensley in our co-main event go the distance here tonight. And then there was one. Tyler Hill will take on Jordan Loren in our featherweight kickboxing main event. I want to thank everyone at home watching us live on clearlifemedia.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, all of your judges seeing and scoring this bout the exact same way, 30-27, all across the board, and all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting into the Quanto Roofing and Construction red corner, Jason Street Shark Slaydon.
Hey, everybody. I've been looking up to this guy for a while. I've been following his career. He's always been my hero. And I got to say,
Hey, it's Danielle Mendoza. Welcome to Mendoza Ford. We're car shopping.
Can we cut the ad, please?
He held up his end of the deal and made 185 flat. I missed weight by a few pounds. This fight could have been completely different if I'd have did what I was supposed to. So I want to apologize to him and his team. There's no excuse. I'm going to be better as a professional.
It happens. Excellent performance tonight. We brought in a big striker, tough guy, done a lot of bare knuckle boxing, Duke has. And you stayed on the feet with him, but you put him on his back and you issued some traumatizing elbows. Great performance tonight, Jay. What can we look forward to from you?
Well, for one, not missing weight like I did this time. I know a few pounds doesn't seem like a big deal, but in this game, it's everything. And I owe it to my opponent to be better than that. But at the end of the day, I'm a wrestler. I'll stand up and strike as long as I have to, but everybody knows me by now. My ultimate game is to get them on the ground.
Great job tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Street Shark from Performance Evolution, Jason Slaydon.